edition of Woody's World. In the season of 1970, the National Football League had a problem: boredom. Fans were complaining that pro football was becoming a game of field goals. Boring. The kickers were, well, older, smaller, and less athletic looking. In a word, boring. So Woody's World drew on its vast investigative resources and shadowed one kicking specialist showing off his wares in a Miami department store.
This young man has the soft, fluent assurance of a master haberdasher. His delivery is as smooth as the silk in which he deals.
As soon as the ties come in, the new designs, I'll bring them over so that you can have a look at them before you put an order.
As a designer, Garo Yepremian has reached the dignity of the signature on the product. And the highly developed color sense visible in his work is probably a trifle offended at the mild mixture of hues he wears on Sunday afternoons as a Miami Dolphin, when he emerges from the workshop into a profession where cutting isn't done with pinking shears, but with the desperate feet of beleaguered halfbacks. On the sideline, the boldish 26-year-old Cypriot Armenian omits rasping barks never heard around the tie rack.
Pressure, pressure, let's go!
But his left-footed kicking also bears the artist's mark. Arrived in this country with nothing but a European soccer reputation, he sent clippings about himself to every pro team, had replies from 2, and was kicking for the Detroit Lions within hours of seeing his first football play. His 6 field goals in one game as a Lion in '66 is a record, and this year he is among the percentage leaders in the league, 4th in scoring. Measuring a scant 5'7" and weighing only 165 pounds wrapped in tie silk, Yepremian still has the power in his sidewinder delivery to boom unreturnable kickoffs, which have become important, although unpublicized, features of Coach Don Shula's rebuilding of the Dolphins. After spending last year as a soldier and an understudy in Detroit, he delights in the warm steam of approbation, something which adds a glow to his basic good cheer.
If a place kicker is not happy and he's always down on himself and he sits in one corner, nobody notices him and they think he's not part of the team.
All of you are kicking longer field goals this year. Have they put something different in the ball? People think there's helium in the ball.
No. I hope there was helium in the ball. I could kick about 80, 90-yard field goals, but there's nothing like that. But the kickers are getting better every year. Colleges are getting better kickers, and of course competition is so strong this year. One of the teams this year had 10 kickers trying out for one job. Every kicker now is putting more strain on himself and he's trying harder and harder to kick the long ones, plus have a better percentage. 5 or 6 years ago, if somebody had a 50% average, he was a good kicker. He was supposed to be a good kicker. Now everybody's striving to get to the 70, 75% accuracy.
What do you think will be the longest field goal anybody's going to kick?
63 yards.
Tom Dempsey kicked that 63-yard record-breaking game winner with a foot left short by a birth defect, and the other major kicking practitioners are equally cast against type. George Blanda, Oakland's geriatric juggernaut, has a 43-year-old body mounted on the springy feet of a boy. His best this year is a game-winning 52-yarder. With almost 60% of field goal attempts succeeding, the suspicious, a group which could fill any stadium, are calling the manufacturer to find out what the gnomes are putting in the prolate spheroid. Executives at the factory are patient about disbelief, but they speak of their ball with the pride of Cellini describing a jade salt cellar.
Well, we feel that the football that we make today is so much improved in shape retention and is so much more consistent today than it was 20 or 25 years ago, that this has enabled kickers to be more accurate and more consistent.
Our volume is coming in every Monday morning. We're getting phone calls apparently from some of the boys have been hoisting one over a bar after a game on Sunday, and on Monday morning we get the inquiry, is the ball changed? What have you done? How come so many field goals? How come so many long field goals?
You think some of them are bitter about having lost by a field goal?
I would say on occasion the caller has been disappointed when I said no. I think he bet the wrong way.
Here, where is made the object which behemoths battle for on Sundays, there is a fierce and silent concentration, as what used to enclose a cow moves in the direction of enclosing 13 pounds of air pressure and millions of hopes. The leather is chosen from special areas of the animal, sewn as carefully as a bridal dress and as strongly as overalls, and after innumerable controlled steps is blown up to 80 pounds in a mold as a test no pile-up will ever make of it. It is a far cry from the lopsided pig bladder with which Englishmen used to play rugby in the days when scions of the aristocracy raided the sty in search of sporting equipment.
Football's feast of legend is so fulsome that it includes even such humble heroes as these hapless fatties, whose skins are supposed to provide our autumn entertainment. It's perhaps another legend that the pseudo-pigskin is suddenly livelier, but it's hard to tell that to those whose hopes this season have suddenly, dramatically been kicked away. This is Haywood Hale Broun outside Chicago.